Dear friends, very warm good morning to you. This is Dr. Nageshwar Rao, Senior Professor from Department of Business Management, Osmania University. Once again, very good morning to you. So, I need an apology from my side. I supposed to be present physically in our institute, Gopika Devi, Sitaram, Gawande, GSG, Mahavidyalaya, Umarkhet. Because of the natural calamity, there are heavy rains in Telangana. All the railway routes are disrupted. Almost all the trains are cancelled. So I could not present physically today. Even I am feeling very unhappy for this. Dear friends, however, technology has provided a great opportunity. I think by using or by exploiting the technology, we can interact each other. And I have prepared a beautiful PPTs for you, which I have sent it to Dr. MB Kadam, and with a lot of affection, he has invited me to address on the topic of artificial intelligence. So, let us talk something about the artificial intelligence today. Before going into the topic, exactly 1 week back in Hyderabad, I have visited a very big, that is, world third largest animation center in Hyderabad. I wonder to say, in each shift, 400 people are working, and they have done the background work for movies like Bahubali 1 and 2. Actually, it's a Telugu movie, but dubbed into so many languages. And also Pushpa 1 and Pushpa 2, also the Telugu movie, they dubbed into so many languages. And after that, I think everybody remembers the English movie Avatar, the sequence of Avatar. These movies also animation done by this one, which I wondered, and I have interacted with the chairman and managing director for a long period. So it is very happy to know that. I think today, let us understand first of all what is artificial intelligence, how it is going to play how it is going to play a very critical role in our life. And so many examples I think आप जो में पेपर में देखते होंगे. And even Infosys removed so many jobs, TCS has removed so many jobs, HCL has removed so many jobs because widespread and utility of the artificial intelligence. I will try to put it in a very simple format. What is actually the artificial intelligence? The word itself, artificial, it is not naturally created. It is, of course, created by us. That is called, what you can say, man-made. The other thing is that intelligence, I think, is like a human intelligence. Instead of you perform, instead of I perform, or instead of we perform, it is going to perform with the same kind of human intelligence. That is what the full form artificial intelligence. More or less we can say it works like a human. My point is, when it is working like a human, why we need it? आपको मैं एक एग्जांपल बताता हूँ. अब तो वर्ड सुनेंगे barter system, BARTER, barter system. Barter system in the sense, You have some product with you, I have some service with me, or you have one product with you, I have another product with me. Exchange of these two. Now the point is, if a human being wants to perform, I think I will use my intellectuality, I will perform. Another person used his intellectuality, he will perform. But my question is, the intellectual property is, if both the brains, instead of performing individually, that person knowledge and this person knowledge, why can't we combine into one, prepare an artificial intelligence? That means, instead of 10 people performing their jobs at different places at different times, and why can't we include the properties of all the knowledge of these people in one area? Therefore the system is going to perform very effectively and efficiently. That is the main concept of artificial intelligence. The second thing, I think we know that it has to perform with a zero defect. Generally there is a chance that human being may perform sometimes with a zero error. I think no need to perform with a zero defect when you are using the artificial intelligence. Nowadays you know that, I think we are launching the artificial intelligence without human being intervention, so many satellites into the orbit. NASA has launched so many things, and it came without human interface, and we are able to control with the remote, with the satellite control. Nowadays most of the trains, I think we are running without, like, loco pilot. And tomorrow it may be the situation in advanced countries who are already using, and without a driver we are able to run it. And in our country, the first Tata Motors they have introduced in the reverse parking or the front parking, when you press a button, I think it is going to park automatically, including the reverse also. Tata Harrier, this is the one. So to conclude this subtopic of artificial intelligence, do we need artificial intelligence means, I think I 100% support it. Definitely we need artificial intelligence. Nowadays I think you know that in the knee surgery, I think robots, how much role they are playing. Minimum invasion, they are able to complete the surgery. Therefore there is a chance that the patient is going to recover very soon. There is another concept. If you have any friend of pilot, aircraft pilot, you try to interact with him, and what extent the artificial intelligence will play a role. There is a one concept, fly by wire. When the aircraft flying very high, when it got too many turbulences, I think sometimes the thinking capacity, that is the thinking capacity of that pilot, may reduced. That time this artificial intelligence, it will study the cause of that turbulence, and it will give several options that what the pilot has to do it. That is the, in critical situations, the artificial intelligence is definitely, it is going to help, there is no doubt about it. That means, I think as a students you may be having a doubt whether we should have this one or not, artificial intelligence. So it is an, like, we cannot stop the technology, but the thing is that we need to take the advantage of the technology, output of the technology, how best we can exploit the technology in order to, I think, prepare the mankind to perform various tasks without any error. Now the question comes, what exactly the goals of artificial intelligence? Dear friends, there are several goals which I don't want to go into details. I will look at the only the core goals. Number one, when the question comes to the ability, particularly the solving ability, human being has its own limitations. But when it comes to the artificial intelligence, which you have included the lot of database into it, lot of KBS always stands knowledge based system. This knowledge based system you have been inducted into it, and you have already using the neural network, when to use, how to use, what extent it has to use, and you are also defined on the same thing you have been programmed it. That is why we are able to see artificial into robotics, artificial intelligence into the social media, artificial intelligence into the space technology, artificial intelligence into the healthcare, artificial intelligence into the atmosphere, and all these things. That means we are able to forecast in advance, and we try to replicate the same thing to the mankind happiness. That means undoubtedly, yes, it has. Sometimes you see, people will define artificial intelligence is having a self-thinking capacity. Yes, I think the scientists who are focused on this artificial intelligence, they are agreeing the same point, my dear friends. By 2040 or by 2050, I think this artificial intelligence is called this kind of technology in the form of robots. Definitely, they are going to think like a human being. Maybe I think to hear this point, I think we may be surprised, but this is going to be the fact actually. But even though we are getting lot of benefits, I want to focus one thing. From the beginning, we are developing the technology. The main intention of the technology is we want to relax ourselves, lead a very good life. But the major limitation is, even though we are developing the technology, we are not in a position to relax. The stress has been increased. I think people a few decades back, when they are not using any technology, I think they led some life and they used to happy led their life. But unfortunately, we have the latest technology and we are running with the technology, and we are not in a position to lead our life very happily. And the second point is, when it comes to the common sense, I think whatever the artificial intelligence it develops, the common sense point is always like this. At times, artificial intelligence will fail using the logic and the common sense. So that's why, my dear friends, there are certain limitations are there. But I think the fact you should not worry. This is for the students I'm advocating now. You may be having a feeling that I think we are losing our jobs because of the artificial intelligence. Absolutely, this is not true. Why this is not true? When the Indian Railways they want to go for a massive computerization, trade unions are objected like anything. That means this technology is going to remove our jobs. But the fact is, no job has been removed. But only the thing is that the people has to bend their mind to take the learning aspect, and they should show the interest to learn the new technology. So, main point, it is not going to disturb your present position, but only the thing is that, and you should be sufficient enough of enthusiasm to learn the new things. This is the first point. Finally, I will give a roadmap to the students, research scholars, and the faculty. There are four important aspects. We know we have heard so many times artificial intelligence. You must have heard about the ML, that is machine language, and you must have heard about the term DL, deep learning, and fourth one is data science. Now, actually, machine language is a part of artificial intelligence, and deep learning is a part of the machine language, and all these two, that is machine language, deep learning, covered by the data science. That is what you have so many artificial languages now. We can say Python is such one, and try to dive into the deep learning. One small example I will give you. This is the one area we cannot read a very good book and jump into the swimming pool. It is not possible. But what you have to do, you have to read the book and you have to practice. Read the book how to swim, but the thing is that you have to practice the swim. That is what I think you see. Everybody try to build up a portfolio of machine language, portfolio of deep learning language, portfolio of data language, data science, metadata. All these things you see, try to understand and try to learn as much as possible. I think that is going to keep you in advance in the IT sector, particularly the concept related to the artificial intelligence. If I am there, I would have clarified so many doubts to you. But however, I am very thankful to our principal sir, Kadam sir, for he requested me to do the around 15 minutes video and send it to me. And this video going to show it to the students on the day of the seminar. If any special occasion is there, next time definitely I will show you. Surely I will meet you. Thank you very much for giving me this chance. Jai Hind. Thank you.